Hey everybody, it's Ruth with bodybyruth.com, and it is a really fun day for me today because I am talking about progress this week with my clients. We are wrapping up a 12-week boot camp where this is the week that we focus on all our wins. And it's been super fun just hearing all the progress that they're making, but I thought it would be cool to come on today because I know that so many women struggle with finding joy in the journey because they don't see the scale moving. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today about how to celebrate the non-scale victories that you might be experiencing as you have committed to getting healthy and being on your wellness journey. So I wanted to just focus on three things: your nutrition, your fitness, and your mindset, and then give you some encouragement along the way. So if you in January said, hey, I'm committing to myself to get healthy, raise your hand, comment below. I know a lot of y'all did because I see your stories on Facebook and I see just everything that you guys are up to. So when you are committing to getting healthy, we're talking about a few things. We're talking about, most people think it's gym, okay? And they are going to the gym and they're getting active, and that's cool. And some people throw into that they're going to cut out processed foods and they're going to start to make an effort to eat better, and that's cool too. And no one really talks about the mindset. So I wanted to talk about a little bit of all three of those. So and these are things that, like, let's say you started January 1st and you're like, okay, I am gonna start to be healthier and I wanna do my very best to be the best version of me, and you're gonna focus on your nutrition. So if you find that you are planning ahead more, that you just are noticing, okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of meal prep at the beginning of the week, and I'm going to pack some snacks with me, or I'm gonna be mindful of like what nights I have to go out to eat, then that's progress, that's winning. If you are ditching sodas and you're swapping it out for water, or you're maybe even adding some apple cider vinegar to your water or some lemon juice to your water, that is winning. That's huge. If you are trying new foods and, realizing, hey, who knew I liked beets, or who knew you can roast Brussels sprouts and they taste so good, that's progress, that's winning, and that's a good non-scale victory because your relationship with food is getting healthier. If you find that you're eating more greens just by throwing them into your smoothies or by eating more salads, then that is better than you did before. If you find that you're not binge eating and you are just eating to be satisfied and eating when you're hungry, then you need to give yourself a high five. So regardless of whether or not that needle moved on the scale, those are things that are going to make you feel better. Those are things that are going to give you more energy. And it's really important that you realize that, you know what? I might not have lost the 20 pounds that I want to lose, but every time I drink lemon water or every time I'm drinking water with apple cider vinegar, I'm helping my gut health, or I'm helping to detoxify my body. And that in turn is going to increase my vitality, and it's going to help with my skin, and it's going to just help my stomach digest better. So those are big wins. If you were in the habit of drinking alcohol 4 or 5 times a week and now you're just doing 2 times a week, that's good because it's moderation, and you're going to be able to see progress when you aren't consuming wine every night or sugary beverages on the daily. So it's really great that it's really helpful if you go ahead and recognize the progress that you've made. All right, so let's talk about fitness, because so many of you guys went to the gym in January and you stopped going, okay? But if you made progress, then you need to give yourselves a pat on the back. So if you find that you're just moving more, maybe you're parking further away from the grocery store, you're taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or you're getting up at lunch and you're walking around, that's great. That's progress that you should be proud of. If you're lifting heavier or doing more reps or doing harder fitness activities, things that are gonna make you get outside of your comfort zone, that are gonna make you breathe heavily, that's great. That's stuff that you should be proud of. If you find that you're scheduling your workouts, that you are making time for you, that's progress. Because when you realize that you're worth it and you realize that you're important enough to make time for you, that's helping you be better to be able to serve the people around you, whether it's the people in your family or people in your office or friends. So making time for you is progress if you never set time aside for you before. Okay, let's talk about mindset. If you find that you're not making as many excuses, like it's too cold outside, or I'm too tired, or I don't have the time. Those are the three big things that usually a lot of people say, or money. I don't have the money to do it. I don't have the time. I'm not motivated because it's gray or whatever outside. But you find that you're making less than you did before, then that's progress. And those are non-scale victories, because the more you are consistent with getting in a healthy routine, the more you're going to stick with it. And that's called self-discipline. And self-discipline is what keeps you going for the long haul. So that mindset with not making excuses is a huge win. If you are focusing on what you can control and not what you can't, then that's good. So many people want to be in control of everything, and they get very frustrated when things don't go their way. So sometimes you have to roll with the punches. If you are realizing, like, you know what, I can't control these external factors. I'm only going to control what I can and not let things stress me out, then that's progress. All right, this is a big one. How many of you guys have started your desire to be healthy in the past and you've given up on yourself? You've quit. Maybe you quit 4 weeks in, maybe you quit 2 weeks in. Maybe you are in a busy season and life is getting the best of you and you just aren't making time to be healthy and you're eating out more. If all of a sudden you're realizing, you know what, just because I've had someone in my family sick, or just because it's allergy season, or just because I had the flu for a week, or I had a bunch of people visiting me, those are not reasons to quit on yourself, right? They might be a setback, but if you have the gumption and you have the grit to get back up, I call it tenacity, I call it grit, I call it gumption. If you have that, those are non-scale victories, because that's going to serve you the rest of your life. As you have more things that come into your life that cause you to maybe have a setback, instead of quitting and throwing the towel in, you're saying, you know what? I am way too important for that. Yeah, I had a little bit of a setback. I've had a number of clients that deal with seasonal depression. The weather is a big thing, and we are in the South, so I can only imagine what it's like for those of you that live in the North and you had a blizzard last week, because I know a lot of you guys in Pennsylvania did. But when you are realizing that you can get over the hump, and you can get yourself up and you can pick yourself back up, and you have that self-motivation to keep going, that's a huge non-scale victory, because you are realizing that you can do hard things. You can realizing that when you fall, you can get back up and you can pick up the pieces. Yeah, you may have regressed a little bit, but you're not starting at square one. And there's some of you that are going to be starting at square one because you are sustaining an illness, or it's just been a really tough season for you. That's okay. If you have the mindset that says, I'm ready to commit, I'm ready to do this for me, then those are non-scale victories that are going to serve you well. If you find that you are focusing on gratitude every day, that you are looking for ways to be joyful, then those are non-scale victories. One of the things that I do with my clients regularly is have them focus on gratitude, because when you are grateful, you're less likely to be anxious and you're less likely to be depressed. So just practicing ways to be grateful. It could be just mundane things like, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that the sun is shining. But it could also be like just things like a cup of coffee, or the fact that you can look out the window or listen to birds chirping because that's a sign of spring. Or I might look out and see the pollen settling on the pool water, and I'm okay with that because I know that summer is coming too. So like, instead of focusing on what you don't like about the circumstance or focusing on what you can't control, focus on the blessings that you see around you. And I promise you, that is a non-scale victory that is going to serve you so well, because you're going to realize that you are going to see joy and see the world with a whole new set of lenses. It's just looking at ways that you can seize life and looking at things that bring you joy instead of the things that depress you or are frustrating. So those are the three things: nutrition, fitness, and mindset, that, you know, if you started in January and you aren't where you want to be, and you just focus on what are the things that I have done in all those areas that are making progress, then give yourselves a high five, because you need to be proud of that. And if you're not quite there yet and you need that extra hand to hold, I would so love to help you and hold your hand as you continue to be your best self, as you work on your fitness and your nutrition and in believing in yourself, because that is what my program is all about. And if you want to learn a little bit more about what the next 8 weeks can do for you, I'm going to post the links below to my 8-week program. And I promise you, it's going to be 8 weeks that are going to get you to the body that you are proud of, because we are going hard. We're starting with a 7-day jumpstart that's going to totally help your body slough off belly fat and help reduce cravings and just get you in the zone. The workouts are awesome. They're the bomb. They don't take a lot of time. It's like typically 15 to 30 minutes. And it's something that it's going to make you proud of what you've accomplished, because that is the idea. You want to be proud so that you stay motivated to keep on keeping on. So those are the things that I just wanted to share with you today, as I was just reflecting and celebrating with my clients and how far they've come and the progress that they've made. And I wanted you to just think about the progress that you've been making as well since January, and give yourselves a high five. And if you want to continue on that road and do it with friends who are on the same journey, just click below. I've got all the details. See you guys. Bye.